It's Thursday.
I'm not ready.
So, today we're going to be doing Unit 8, Introduction to Geometry, Lesson 4, which is going to be complementary and supplementary angles. So make sure you get these notes down. Okay, the goal is for you to be more independent on homework.
Wait, we got homework?
Classwork. So, let's talk about what complementary and supplementary angles are. Complementary angles are two angles whose measure have the sum of 90. Sum means addition, right? Supplementary angles are two angles whose measure have a sum of 180 degrees. So for example, C and A would be supplementary because they add up to 180 degrees. And B and A would be complementary because they add up to 90 degrees. So is everybody good with that idea? Okay. Now we're going to talk about pairs of angles. Adjacent angles are two angles in the same plane with a common vertex and a common side, but no common interior points. So like angle 1 and 2 are considered adjacent. They're next to each other. A linear pair of angles is a pair of adjacent angles whose non-common sides are opposite rays. So, in this case, these two are linear pairs because they form a straight line. Okay? And they always add up to 180, linear pairs. Another pair of relationship that exists between two angles and sides are pairs of opposite rays of vertical angles, okay? So vertical angles are angles that are opposite each other. And these angles are congruent to each other, equal in measure. So I think those are the main type that we need to talk about today. And now we'll get into some examples. It might say find the complements of the following angles. So you're basically finding what angle you could add to this angle to make it 90 degrees. So when you want to find the complement of an angle, you take 90 degrees and you subtract away that angle measure.
30.
Good. So the complement of 60 is 30 degrees. Now don't forget your degree symbol, you will lose points for that. Next.
What did you say?
Zach, you didn't say anything. 90 minus 22 degrees.
That is
70.
That is
60, isn't it 68?
68.
68.
Is that only for that 90? It's only 90?
If it's complement. The word complement means 90.
How does supplement?
That's 180. We'll talk about it.
Okay, 180.
Okay. So, find the value of x given the angle is right. So if the angle is right, these two angles should add up to what?
30 times 10.
No, they should add up to what if it's a right angle? Right angles have how many degrees?
90.
So you should take them, both the angles, and add them up and set them equal to 90, okay? Then we're just going to combine like terms. That's going to be 50x minus 10 is equal to 90. I'm just going to do the math up here so we have room. That's going to be 50x is equal to 100 because I added 10 to both sides. And what would be the last step in solving this? Divide by 50. What's 100 divided by 50?
It's 20.
Not 20, but
2.
2. So we found x. Now how could we find the angle measures, the actual angle measures? We can plug them back in, right? So 2 times 20 is?
40.
40 minus 10?
10. No, 30.
What's 30 times 2?
60.
So see how those two angles do add up to 90? Like
Why did it get so complicated?
Jed, it's simple math.
Nah, but the other one was easy. Like, all you had to do is do adding. Now we got, like, X's and stuff.
It's a stupid solving question. You have to do it. Shh. You better watch your mouth. Plus, remember, I don't.
Get him.
Oh, sorry.
You boy.
Alright, you ready for the next one? So the next ones are going to be, the next ones are going to be supplements.
Miss, the answer is x equal to?
Yes, but I was just showing you how you could have found the angles if I had asked for them, because sometimes the question was. Alright, so let's go ahead and try the next one. So the next one says find the supplements of the following angles. So when they ask you to find the supplement, instead of subtracting from 90, you use 180.
Maybe
Supplement.
subtract by 60. Or maybe
Yeah. So 180 minus 60.
What is
100.
120.
Guys, I'm trying to record the YouTube video for the lesson.
Oh, yeah, we on YouTube right now?
It's not live action, so
It's
it'll be
good YouTube.
uploaded later. So is everybody good with how I got that?
No.
When it's
If you move
supplement,
your head,
alright, so you ready? If it's supplement, you
Wait,
do
what?
180 minus that angle. If it says find the supplement.
Oh yeah, no.
Okay, I thought you said you didn't get it.
No, I said Jet, move his
Big ass head. Oh.
How would I do the next question? What would I do here?
180 minus 1.
You getting this down?
180 minus 120.
180 minus 120 equals what?
60.
Good. So this angle right here is 60. Everybody good with that?
It's like,
Guys, see how you're the only people who are allowed to sit together and you always complain like, why am I forcing you apart? The only people in the class that get a partner. Don't push it. Alright, let's move on to the next.
They got a partner too.
Oh, well, you and them.
myself.
Only two of you. Anyways,
No, you're just away from me.
Jet, focus.
No, you have to wait for me.
Tell him, Zach.
So, what should these two angles add up to if they're supplementary?
180.
Good, so you're gonna take them, add them up.
Wait, does 4x change 4 times?
No. You're gonna add them up and set them equal to 180, right? And then we're gonna
Don't
combine.
forget the degrees.
We put it in at the end. We put it at the end.
Wait,
So what-
doesn't it have to be a capital letter?
That's if we're doing something totally different, Jet. Okay, totally different. That's if you're naming angles.
Oh.
So, what is 4x plus 8x?
Set by 12.
12x.
Plus 36 equals 180. What do we do from here?
Then you
Divide it.
subtract by 36.
Good. Subtract 36. We get 12x equals, Jet, sit with your seat down. You're gonna hurt yourself.
It's 154.
It is?
Hang on. Nope, it's 144.
They call me baby.
What's my next step in solving this?
That'll be 12.
Now you divide by 12. You divide by 12.
Yeah, it'll equal 12.
And then that's 12.
So x equals 12, right?
And your first answer will be 48
That's not bad, man.
correct,
This is
and your next answer will be 132.
Okay, good, thank you.
Oh, my boy knows math.
He does, when he's here he knows it.
On that.
Alright, the rest of you just listen unless you're saying something productive.
Jet.
I'm talking about math skills.
Oh my God.
Listen guys, we don't wanna hear you talk more than me trying to give the lesson, okay? It's just confusing.
And you're kinda
Alright.
slowing down.
So, does anybody have any questions about how I did this?
Yes.
Okay, you good with it?
Yes.
So, if it's supplementary, you add it up to it equal to 180. If it's complementary, you add it up to it equal to 90. Okay, let's try the next. Now we're gonna talk about linear pairs. So, linear pairs are supplementary.
It's by 180.
So it says here angle ABC.
Wait, what did you put under linear or whatever?
Hey, I just wrote supplementary. So angle ABE, angle ABD, and angle Zach.
Sorry.
I was mixing your names up. Zach, can you just wait until I read it? 'Cause it gets really
Okay, I'm
confusing
sorry.
when you're trying to talk when I'm reading it, and then
Okay.
everybody gets, you know what I mean?
I'm
So,
sorry.
angle ABE, angle ABD, and angle BBC form a linear pair. Angle ABD and BBC are congruent. Find the value of AB.
Wait, that means they're the same, right?
Good. So if they're congruent, this one is also
The same.
70. So it's the same as
70.
DB
So
or ABD.
the ABE is 40.
So that means your answer will be 40, right?
140.
Yeah.
That's what I just said.
Yeah, you're right. I never said you were wrong. I was just
Oh.
give me a minute to process that you all talk at me at once. I'm just one human being, okay? So, does everybody understand before we move on? Because some of you say you get this, and then when I come around, you don't know what I'm doing. So, does everybody understand why this is 70? Because
70 plus 70.
no, because
No,
this
yeah.
and this are congruent. So see how these two angles are congruent? They have the same measure. You good with that?
Yeah.
So that means that basically these two angles together add up to what?
140.
70, 180, 180.
140.
God.
Jet, please.
Please.
Stop. Just stop. Let me explain it. Because later on, then I have to go back and like redo all of this. Okay? Re-explain everything when you guys talk over.
Plus you're confusing the
So,
students on PG.
like you're confusing me. So this whole thing is 140, which means that this has to be 40 because all three of these angles have to add up to 180. Is everybody good with that? How I got that? They all have to, if it's a straight line, they have to add up to 180. So do I have any questions about 7?
Miss me, you try this.
I wish, but no.
Ah.
Maybe then I would not have to work. I'm just joking. Is everybody good with number 7?
Yeah.
Alright, number 8. Angle ABC and angle ABD form a linear pair. They tell us that ABC is equal to 5x and ABD is equal to 3x. Find the value of x. So if these angles form a linear pair, they have to add up to how much?
This thing.
180.
180. So we're going to take those two angles, add them together, and set them equal to what? 180. Can anybody tell me what 180 divided by 8 is?
That's 16. I think.
Nope. It's
10 times
22.5.
22.
Yeah.
20.
82 decimal, 2 times this number.
So that's the value of x. Now how can we find the other two angles, now that we have x?
Divide.
Substitute x.
Good.
22. That means 77. 79.5.
So this one is 112.5 degrees, and this one is 67.5 degrees. So does everybody understand how I got those two angle measures? How did I get these? Very good. Just making sure. Alright, does everybody feel good about these so far? You could do it yourself? That's the goal. Alright, we're going to do our last two examples. You ready?
Wait, Miss, when is our FSA for math?
The exam will be an exam week. You don't have an FSA.
Yeah, they stopped that.
Unless you're making up. Well, they still have one, but it's like your algebra one, you know?
Oh, so we're not doing it because of COVID or whatever.
No, this class isn't like a class with an AOC at the end. That's it.
It's not?
No.
Oh.
I mean, you might have to take the algebra one if you haven't already taken it and been successful on it,
None of
but.
us took it last year.
Oh, true. Anyways, we'll talk about that at the end. So, these are what we call vertical angles. And what do we know about vertical angles? They are what?
Congruent.
Good. So if this angle is 40, this one is
40. The answer's 40.
Vertical angles are congruent.
correct. They are congruent, meaning they have the same angle measure. Is everybody good with that?
Yeah.
Jacoby said his new name is Peaches.
Okay. That's my sister's cat thing.
So it says it's right there.
Alright. So, if these two angles are congruent, I can set them equal to each other, right? So if they're vertical angles, you can take them and set them equal to each other, okay? And then we can just use algebra. So I'm going to add 18 to both sides. Subtract 2x on both sides. That gives me 3x is equal to 24, which means x equals
8.
8.
Good stuff.
Now, I found the value of x. How can I go back and find the angle measures? Plug them in. So 2 times 8 plus 6 is what?
So they're both.
There's
22.
16 plus 16
So they're both
equals to
22
be 32.
Since they're congruent.
Correct. But I would plug them in for both just to check and make sure you didn't make a mistake, and that's a good way to check your work. Everybody understand that concept?
Yeah.
Is that our last question?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Homework time.
There you go.
Homework time.
No.
Classwork time, rather.
Cody can't submit it cause he left this